Welcome to another video for WinBidPro version 16 by GDS Estimating. In this one I'd like to talk about the parts window, and when you're looking at a certain manufacturer catalog or you're looking at a job, in the catalogs window or menu here you can see all the items for that catalog, like the door configuration, frames, parts, finishes. All those things are available in this list. But then for a catalog that we're not currently using at the time, but we have added to our company account, I can access all those catalogs and all those different items just by going up to the View Available Catalogs, going over and clicking on something. So I'm going to click Parts for the catalog that I'm using right now for this job. And it's going to open up a grid window, and this is kind of a common format for a lot of the part information and things in this program. So you'll have a lot of the same tools like this search text box. I can search for anything really, like if I wanted to type in horizontal, then I could find a part that contains the word horizontal. So if I wanted to find something that says 3684, all those types of things. So it's basically going to sort these text fields or filter these text fields for those values that you type in. And I can hit clear filter, and clear filter will actually clear that, and it'll clear all these other more advanced filters. Like I can click, let's say over here under part type, one of these little filter icons, and it's showing me each unique value that's in this column. So if I only wanted to look at anchors, I could check the anchors box, and then I could click off of here. And right now I'm only seeing anchor type part types. So I can click clear filter to clear that, and so forth. So I can do things like if I want to look only at the parts that have the handling type count. So you'll notice when I click in that column, there's 3 different handling types. So these are the 3 unique values for that field, for that column. Count, which is kind of a per unit type part. Measure, which is something that's like gasket or weather stripping, something that's by the foot. Or optimize, something that actually gets optimized like extrusions. So those are the 3 different types of handling. So if I only want to look at count handling types, that's usually going to be hardware, accessories, and in this case doors. I can now sort by part type by clicking in this column here. So I've already filtered by count. I can sort by part type. But then if I want to also sort by part number and by part type, I can hold down the Shift key and click on the part type column. So now I've kind of sorted in alphabetical order all the part numbers with the part type starting with anchor, filtered by handling type count. So that's the kind of thing you can do. Now you can get even more tricky by adding another filter, and you could say it contains something like 3000. So I'm going to filter all the things that just have, all the part numbers in this case, that just have 3000. So you'll see that in the back here. So if I only wanted to clear one filter, not all the filters, I would click clear filter under that particular column. So now I've got all the different parts for this other count filter. But then if I want to clear all the filters, I go up here and use clear filter. So the filters are important because when it's time to change your multipliers, you go to tools here, change multipliers, and we'll probably add other tools as we go. You already have a copy capability, like if I have a part number selected, I could copy that part and I could change something in it. It has to be a different part number because all the part numbers are unique. But I could copy the part, change the part number a little, the description, the price, whatever. I could also just add a new part with the plus sign. I can edit a part. So this gives me all the different values in one screen, which is a little easier if you're editing like multiple prices. In this case, most hardware and accessories just have one price, but yeah, it makes it easy to change some things. And you'll notice that some things aren't activated when it's the part type count, like the length, because it's basically a package quantity in this case. You can add a weight, a catalog page, catalog code. That helps for sorting your list. And those things are real helpful if it's a company that bases their pricing on different catalog pages and codes. And your multiplier. So you can change the multiplier one part at a time this way. But let's say if all of our, if I want to filter this now by door frame, door threshold, maybe not door hardware. Let's just filter with that. So I'm going to go back here. Now if I want to add a multiplier for all these types of parts basically that I've filtered, I would just go to tools and I would say change multipliers, and I would enter a new value. So let's say it's a 0.85. So then I would save. It tells me how many parts that's going to affect, and we'll notice right now that my multiplier is going to change right here. So that's basically what you need to do when you go into your catalog and change multipliers. If you don't have a filter, you're not going to, or you're actually going to be changing the entire catalog. So odds are you want certain parts of the catalog to have different multipliers. So if I want to go back here and I want to say my extrusions, and sometimes there's stock, so we want to check for that. So those two things, let's say extrusions and stock lengths get their own multipliers, and I can click off of that, and I can see in here that I've got extrusions, and these are in alphabetical order, so stocks are going to be at the bottom. So I can change those multipliers. So if those are, you know, something different, a 0.80 or 0.8, it's going to tell me how many parts it's going to update there. So this is what you can do to change your multipliers. And when you change them here, it's changing them for the kind of the master catalog for your company. So anyone else that's using this catalog, they're going to see those multipliers. And it's not, you can go in and change it again, obviously, by filtering or by changing individual multipliers. I can just click in here and change one too. You can change it that way, or when you create your job, you can change them at the job level. So there's actually a job under the jobs window, there's a parts option, and it's the same exact list, only the difference is you're looking only at the parts for this job. So you'll notice when I scroll all the way to the bottom, there's not that many parts. And in some cases, you'll see there's a warning here about a certain part, and there's something it doesn't like here about it. So the problem is it knows it's a 30-foot roll and it's set for part type count. So if we want to fix something like that, we're going to change that to measure, and then we're going to change the length to 30 feet. So now it should be happy with the part type being hardware. Really doesn't matter, but it's a good thing to change just in case. We can call it weather strip, weather seal if we want. We can change that just so that it knows. So you'll notice how once I clicked off of that record, it saved it and everything's fine with it. But the part type doesn't determine how the program handles the part. It's the handling type that does. So part type helps you identify the part in a list, search for the part, you know, filtering it and all that. So again, this is just at the job level. So what I just fixed would only fix it for this job. So I would really want to go back to the catalog and find that part and fix it at the master level so that that problem doesn't occur with any jobs in the future. So there's things like that that we can do on our end. So we'll probably fix that since it's kind of a master thing for Oldcastle. But if you see it in your catalog or you've created a part and it gives you a message like that, then you can go in and fix it this way. But remember, when we're fixing it at the job level, it's only changing the job right now. So I would have to go back to that catalogs window, go to parts, and change it in that window to fix it for the entire catalog. So the windows are exactly the same. It's just a matter of what parts you're looking at. So, and you do have a sync parts capability here. So I could actually sync from the job to the catalog. So that actually saves me from having to go back to the master catalog and make the change. So I basically just made that change right now. As long as there wasn't anything else in here that I did not want to get done to the master catalog, I can do that. But if you made a bunch of changes, they're only job specific, and then there's one change that needs to be made at the master, chances are you're going to want to go back to the catalogs window and change the parts there. So in my case, it was only that one part. So I can say change the job to catalog or update sync. So that's pretty much it. Keep an eye out for more videos, and thanks very much.